Hi everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video. I have been talking about creative journaling forever, it seems, probably for the last 2 or 3 months. I wanted to start it in November and life just got in the way. I got busy, Christmas came, Christmas went, and I finally said, this is in my power sheets. I've wanted this to be a goal. I've wanted to start this, so let's start it. So I finally made the time. And I wanted to show you, I'm not going to go through all of the supplies that I might use. I'll let you know what they are as I use them. But I have an array of different art supplies in front of me, different creative journaling supplies. I probably won't use them all today, but I am using this traveling notebook. This is, I want to say it's like the 4.25 by the 8. I believe. So it's like really tall, really skinny, and it's a traveling notebook. So basically how they originated was when you're on the go, you want something small to stash in a bag, and it has an elastic closure. You see them all over the internet, and I first got very intrigued by this whole idea when I was watching Helen Colebrook. I think she's from London, or from England, I guess I should say. And she uses Start Bay notebooks. The covers, this is a real leather cover. I got it in purple. And when I was younger, when my dad was still alive, he used to do leather work. And this reminded me of the work he used to do. So this is why I picked this cover. But you can go on Amazon and you can find different notebooks, different colors, different covers. And the inserts you can buy separately. So this first insert is just like a folder that I can put stuff in. And then the next one is a blank paper insert. So I do have dot grid, and I also have grid, and I also have a few lined before I understood what it was all about and what I wanted to use it for. I didn't realize, like I thought I was going to use it for a journal, then I completely changed my mind, which happens every day, trust me. So we're going to get started. I'm going to pull out the insert so I don't wreck my cover. And each week, this is kind of my goal with this new series. So I guess it's going to be called the Creative Journaling Series. And I'm going to pick a word. This is what I've come up with for now. It might change. And what I want to do is basically be inspired every week. Think of something that is really haunting me at the moment, or really in my brain that I just want to talk about. So I'm going to do some creative journaling. I'm going to do decorations. I'm going to use distress ink. I'm going to use wax seals. I'm going to use stamping, stencils, and even stickers and transfer stickers, tons of different stuff. And I'm going to go ahead, decorate the page, and then write a word that kind of intrigues me, or that I've been thinking about, or something that maybe has just got my attention that week, and I'm going to write about it. But this is kind of like, I think I was talking about in my journal haul. And speaking of my journal hauls, or not my hauls, but my journal collections, I'm going to link both of those videos for you. One is my Peter Popper Press journal collection, and then the other one is all of my other random journals. I was kind of talking about, like, when you're a kid and you're in school and your teacher in, I don't know, English or art or language arts or whatever it is, they give you a word to prompt you to start journal writing. So I've been writing in my journal since I was probably 5 or 6, whenever I was old enough to write. And I don't need prompts. That's not the kind of journaling I like to do. But in this sense, I'm going to use it as a creative diversion where I can be artistic, I can put colors together, and then that's pretty much what it is. I'm giving myself a word to prompt myself to write about something in my life that's either bothering me, that's either got me inspired, that I've been thinking about that week. So we're going to get started. I'm going to be playing every week by ear too. I have no idea what I'm really going to do, what colors I'm going to use, etc. I'm just going to go for it. But the first thing I want to do is kind of decorate the front page and give it some kind of like title, I guess, because I could just start a spread, but I would like to have like a double page spread, which, you know, you usually do. So this one's going to be the title page, and I'm just going to go for it. So what I'm going to do is, I have these papers. I cut pieces of scrapbook paper. This one was from Beautylish when I got their, this is a wrapping paper they used in their orders, and I love that wrapping paper, so I'm going to use it. And I have brown paper and cardstock from Michaels, and I'm probably going to use a stencil today as well. So the first thing I'll do is I want to rip this paper to make it look like it's torn. And I really like the whole layered effect. I've seen that a lot. So we're going to do that because I think it just looks so pretty. And of course I'll have to use my glue. I don't have Pritt stick like Helen Colebrook, but I do have my glue stick, and I also have my glue tape by Tombow, so we'll probably use that. So I have this little mini Tombow permanent adhesive, and I'm just going to use this one today because it's small. So first I like to layer it on the page just to make sure it fits and what it's going to look like. And then once I have the configuration the way I want it, I can go ahead and glue it down. I think I like the way this top corner looks like without this side, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And I want this page to be pretty plain. I don't really want it to have tons of decoration. So I'm going to use my stamps. So these are my little box set of stamps, the alphabet, numbers, and symbols. And I'm going to use them with my Colorbox Archival Dye Acid-Free Wicked Black ink. And all I want to write on here is creative notebook, or creative journaling notebook, I suppose. So I think these are going to take some practice to use. This is the first time I've used them. And if you press too hard, it leaves like the square of the little stamp pad on there. So I'm just going to press really, really gentle, and it'll look like the actual letter, and that's it. And I think I'm just going to call it Creative Journal. So I like that so far. So the other thing that I want to add, I do have these little pieces of, they're called ephemera pack. They're from Tim Holtz, and they just have different little pieces of paper. So I want to use these to layer on this page here. I'm going to open up the package and just kind of spread them out. This one is the Thrift Shop pack, and they're kind of the same colors that I've already been using. I'm just going to use it to layer and make it look original, something that I kind of like. So this speaks to me because I'm a science lover. A lover of science. I'm going to add this little piece of brown paper to the top corner. We're also going to open up the Emporium pack and see what's in here. Okay, I really like the idea of this little map. So I think I'm going to put the map here. I think I've kind of figured out what I want to put on there. So I'm just going to start gluing them down into an arrangement that I like. So then I also have these stamps that came with the Traveler's Notebook. So I'm just going to put a couple of these down as well. And I think that does it for the front cover. I'm happy with this. And the only other thing that I might add is when I started. So I'm going to use this Jane Davenport Inkredible Pen. It is a fountain pen, and it does come with refillable ink cartridges, so I like it. And you can get colored cartridges as well. I did pick this up from Michael's. So I'm just going to put the date started. So today is Wednesday. Wow, I thought it was Tuesday. Wednesday, January 22nd, I believe. Okay, so for the first spread, and now I can see that the stamp pad did leak through the page a little bit, but you know what? I'm not going to be too concerned because I will be covering it up anyway. So we're going to start, now I'm going to do a stencil on one side, and I want to do paper on the other side. So we're going to use this side on paper to be able to cover up this ink. And I want to stick with kind of a brown theme here. So now on this other side, I'm going to use a stencil. It's a stencil I found on Amazon. I'm just going to place it right in the middle. And I am using these stamp pads that I got from Amazon as well. It just says Bentota House. And there's 20 different colors in the box, and I'm just going to use colors that kind of speak to me. Because I have the flowers here on this side, I might use a combination of some pink, maybe not orange, but I wouldn't mind having some green in there. It might be a little bright. We'll see how it goes. And maybe a little bit of gold. We'll start with the green, and it's probably a smart idea to tape this down, so I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to each side so it doesn't move around on me. And when you stamp it, my ink isn't dry, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that bright. You can make it brighter if you want to, but I think I'm just going to leave it very ethereal and not really make it too dark. Then we're going to switch to gold, and I am going to blend it into the green a little bit. I'm going to continue with the gold on the right side of the stencil, and then on the left hand side I'm going to bring in the pink. Okay, and then we're going to switch. I'll use light pink, and then I might add dark pink in the background. We'll see here, just to kind of match with the flowers on the left hand side here. So I'm going to bring in this pink here and just add a little bit to the top left corner. I'll go back in with the light pink and just kind of blend it out if I can. It's actually kind of cool because it looks like you can go right over it and it will pick up the lighter color, which is something it's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. But I don't want too much dark pink on here. I want it to kind of blend into orange, make it look like grass and then like a dawn. So we're going to take off the stencil and see what it looked like underneath. Perfect. I love it. We'll set this aside for now. So I do have some flowers and I do have a bird in here as well. I'm not sure if I'll add the bird. It does kind of go with this. Okay, so I was going to use these flowers, but I decided to use this little nest and eggs card instead. And I think my word that's going to be inspiring for me this week is the word joy. So I'm going to glue this down and then I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. Okay, so that is it for my creative journaling. I gave a little blurb about how I feel joy and about some of the things that give me joy. I feel very happy with this. This journaling video would take a little bit longer because I did do my title page, so to speak. So I'm happy with this. I think that as I progress throughout the next few weeks, I think it's going to be interesting. There's lots of things that you can do if you need inspiration. I've decided just today to pick one word and then write about that topic. However, I could write a quote on one page and then do a little journaling on the other side. So there's lots of different things that you can do, and I'm just so excited that I finally had time to start this because I've wanted to do it for so long, and I've got so many supplies. I got so ecstatic probably before Christmas, and I went crazy with buying all the things, and I never really got any use out of them. So now finally we can say I can cross this off my goals. I'm so happy. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please click that subscribe button because it would help me out so much. Until next time, until next week, I hope you guys have a great one. We'll talk soon. Bye.